Super Bowl 56 will be a game of contrasts. A game of the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
The game of a home team and one visiting team. Two of the most exciting teams in 2021, the Rams and the Bengals, are sure to put on a show. All eyes set upon SoCal on Super Bowl Sunday. And whether it's the hundreds of millions of fans watching the game at home from all over the world, or those that are able to be there in person in La La Land. Either way, action on the field will only be a fraction of the magic that makes up the Super Bowl. And whether it's from the technologies on the field that make the game possible, to a close-up on one of the most innovative stadiums humans have ever built, to the star power of the halftime show, one thing is for sure, this year's Super Bowl ain't no joke.
I saw it was a woman giving me the double bird.
I don't know, can we do that?
Of course, when discussing the sophisticated tech involved during this year's Super Bowl, you have to start with talking about the newly built SoFi Stadium. The $5.5 billion stadium opened its doors in 2020 and has sparked excitement among the public, media, and design teams around the world for its end-to-end integration of technology. It's quickly become one of North America's flagship live event venues. Some of the technological and architectural advancements first become clear when looking at the stadium's asymmetrically designed roof, which can channel the ocean breeze, cooling the stadium while it's keeping spectators dry in the event of a rare shower, which almost never happens in Southern California. The roof is made of a durable, nearly transparent ethylene tetrafluoroethylene, or ETFE, that both shades visitors and reduces the sun's heat by 50%. ETFE is an amazing polymer used in architectural projects of all magnitudes, and despite being extremely lightweight, it is both corrosion resistant while having the ability to maintain its strength over a wide range of temperatures and conditions. Even the building structure is uber advanced. And then, as if one of the most sophisticated live production facilities in the world wasn't complicated enough, the stadium has to deal with two major possible hazards in the area. First, because of its proximity to LAX airport, there's a height restriction as to how much vertical real estate the stadium can take up. This is reflected in multiple precision-placed pillars that surround the stadium to hold up the roof at just the right height. Remember the roof? Remember that guy? Now mind you, these aren't your normal run-of-the-mill stone columns. And this brings us to problem number 2. Because SoFi is built right next to the Newport-Inglewood fault line, the impending danger of earthquakes and tremors of all magnitudes is a real possibility. Yes, even during a Super Bowl. Especially during a Super Bowl. Fortunately, these aforementioned pillars are state-of-the-art. Each is fitted with its own isolator and is designed to flex and move with even the slightest tremor, preventing any damage to the stadium or its connected pathways leading to the adjacent lake park. But the real fun of the stadium doesn't begin until you walk inside. One of the first things you see when you pass the gates and into the bleachers, upon gazing anywhere but behind you, your eyes might wander up to the wonder that is a hanging oval scoreboard suspended high above the playing field and hanging from the rafters just below the roof. Yeah, again, remember him? You remember him. There your eyes would feast upon the mammoth Samsung-built Occulus display, a humongous, two-sided 80 million pixel 4K screen, the largest video board ever created for a sports arena. In fact, it's so big, the arena's interior is seemingly dominated by the gigantic 360-degree screen. The screen measures 120 yards long by 75 yards wide, which is 20% longer than a regulation football field. It weighs just around 1,000 tons. That's 2.2 million pounds. Pre-game, fans can walk to their seats and see up to 8 simulcast games being played from around the league on the screen. Not to mention, during the game, the audience is treated to a wonderful perspective of close-ups, instant replays, ads, of course, and different stats from around the league for those playing fantasy football.
All right, look, guys, I got to be real with you. Trayshawn DeAndre just scored that touchdown. Okay, I have him on my fantasy team this week. I need these points.
But finally, when it came to putting it all together for SoFi, builders and architects involved in the project utilized virtual reality in order to place themselves in the virtual seats of those in attendance. Using VR in this way allowed them to make sure that fans would view everything and anything from the Oculus screen to the game on the field, leaving no bad seats in the house. Even how you pay for a hot dog and beer is state-of-the-art at SoFi. In a first-of-its-kind 10-year partnership between the NFL and Square Technologies, a deal was put into place with exclusive point-of-sale payment systems and merchant services for the new SoFi Stadium. Thanks to Square, a single source of truth technology is going to be utilized in managing menus and pricing throughout the stadium. And when it comes to seamlessly connecting everything and the ability to put it all together, SoFi builders relied on a full stack of Cisco systems network for its network requirements. This is a massive deployment with enterprise and data center networks in SoFi Stadium. Being built on a single converged network that connects every single point of sale, TV, collaboration Wi-Fi, and other endpoints throughout the facility will allow everything to work in harmony. This lets content creation teams use the network from a centralized location to serve up stats, live video, animations, replay, or other content. The ability of systems to work smoothly together in SoFi were paramount. Whether it's the 2,000 plus different 4K displays located in the concourses, concession stands, suites, and across Hollywood Park, or whether it's the IPTV systems feeding into the digital signage throughout the stadium, networking system is clutch. And because the team behind SoFi is striving for the latest and greatest, Wi-Fi 6 is utilized throughout more than 2,500 access points, which are needed to keep up for the greatest possible fan experience. So you can check up on your fantasy league or upload your Snapchat or TikTok at any given time. Duh. The amount of data transferred at any given point in time is massive. During events, as much as 32 terabytes of data can be consumed at any single moment.
Here we go now.
On the field, Zebra Technologies is the official RFID tracking partner of the NFL. Over 3,000 players are tagged throughout the year, but you can also find RFID tags on the field of measurement sticks, pylons, and even the football itself. Tags are quite small, about the size of 2 nickels stacked together, while the ones found embedded in the football weigh about 4 grams, or less than 1% of the ball's total weight. Some of the basic data captured with the RFIDs, if you could make an educated guess, would be, where the players on the field, or how fast they're moving at any single point in time. What top speeds do they reach?
Picked off! Surtain up the sideline! Can he get there? Surtain to the end zone for the touchdown!
But there's plenty more information garnished from the data retrieved. That's because the data captured by Super Technologies helps to translate into NFL and next-gen stats. If you ever watched a broadcast at any time recently, or even paid attention to your favorite fantasy guru, you may have heard the term thrown around once or twice. Well, let's look at an example of next-gen stats in action. For example, tight window throws. To start off, tight window throws are defined as ones where the defender is 1.5 yards away from the intended receiver during the pass. Pretty much a throw of the receiver where he's being blanketed by a DB, or at least where there's very little room for error in the throw and it's a high degree of difficulty. During the 2021 regular season, Joe Burrow's stats bore out that he was the second least aggressive passer, with only 11.2 of his throws being tight window throws. RFID is used more than just for player performance. Back in 2020, when the league made the bold decision to play its season, safe zone tags, produced by a company called Kinexon, were introduced to the team facilities throughout the week and even during game day to monitor social distancing and provide contact tracing in the event a player tests positive. You'd best believe safe zone tags will be in full effect by both the Bengals and the Rams in order to ensure infection spread is minimized before and after the game. RFID technology can be impactful leading up to the game, both for on-the-field analytical data as well as the safety and risk mitigation offered by Safe Zone. Neither are perhaps as impactful on game day as the use of Microsoft Surface tablets on the sidelines. Since this $400 million partnership with Microsoft, the NFL has leveraged Microsoft services to the fullest. At first, there was supposed to be a fully interactive game day experience at home with the Xbox One system, but the idea soon flopped, leaving Microsoft to pivot and introduce something new, something with an in-game tangible benefit for coaches and players, and that's using tablets during the actual game. Nowadays, the Surface tablets are a staple in helping coaches and assistants identify opposing team formations and help identify potential penalties to challenge, just to name a few of its uses. Additionally, previous plays can be recalled and played back and forth within seconds of completion. It also assists players in tracking on-field and physical progress through visualizations on the screen. Today, Microsoft has over 170 Windows-powered servers throughout the league assisting teams and more than 2,000 Surface devices active prior to, during, and after the NFL season. This Super Bowl will be no different.
You're welcome for the heads up.
The use of these tablets has become so integral to the on-field decision-making that properly utilizing them could be the difference between winning and losing.
Thank you.
This Super Bowl is being filmed with a variety of cameras to give viewers a never-before-seen perspective. Viewers at home may be familiar with some of the cameras put in use for the game. Trolley cam, for example, will be able to zip line from one end of the stadium to the other at speeds of 65 miles per hour, offering an unparalleled viewing angle of a fan at the 8th row of the stands. Sony's Venice cameras, typically used for cinema-style applications, will provide full-frame, short-depth shots of a cinematographic feel. Meanwhile, the 50-foot-plus movie bird crane reserved for major motion pictures and productions, will be leveraged at the Super Bowl to show game action, but also serving as an AR-enabled camera. When it comes to a well-done halftime show, a well-put-together, thought-out, sometimes gutsy performance can often make fans watching the game from home forget for a few minutes about both the game and the barrage of advertisements during commercials. Pepsi is again in charge of the halftime show. If this year is anything like it's been in years past, it will bring the technology through in a one-of-a-kind experience for fans watching from home. After all, who can forget the technological feats of past Super Bowl halftime shows, such as when, Intel put up 500 drones to light up the sky behind Lady Gaga. Katy Perry coming onto the field riding on a 20-foot mechanical robot lion. Or Bruno Mars drumming it up on a moving stage. Or how about... let's forget about that one. And while we don't know the full scope of what technology feats will be privy to during this year's halftime show, we do know the artist announced will bring the fire. So, whether it's Kendrick Lamar holding it down for his hometown, Eminem battle rapping a holographic version of himself, Snoop Dogg filling the stadium with pyrotechnic special effects smoke, or Dr. Dre being, still Dre, anyone watching this year's halftime show is definitely in store for a treat. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about latest tech videos we put out. You have the option to be notified about occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go to your settings and switch on notifications.